a new society. But how did you become involved in such a crazy business? That is the question I am always asked when the subject is mentioned, and it is the one I find most difficult to answer. There is only one way I can explain it, even to myself. That is that I must have been suffering from delayed a shock that upset my judgment, acting that may have been the cause. Almost a year before, I met Terry, and so became involved in the crazy business. I had a nasty accident. My daughter, Mary, was driving. I was beside her, and my wife was in the back. We were going along the A27 towards Etchingham at about 35 miles an hour when a lorry traveling at about 50 overtook us. I remember two signs quite clearly. The first was the wheels of the lorry sliding away from the side of our car. The second was the lorry falling toward us. I woke up in a hospital bed a week later. 2 more weeks passed before I was well enough to be told that my wife and Mary were both dead. They let me out of hospital 2 months later. I felt empty and confused, and my life seemed to have little purpose. I left my job. I realize now that giving up my work was the worst possible thing to do because it would perhaps have helped me to recover. At the time, though, work seemed so meaningless. I went to stay with my sister in Tonbridge, but continued to feel empty in both heart and mind. That is the only way I can explain the enthusiasm I feel when I first heard of the Lord's Foxyfields project. It felt as if I was waking from a long sleep and welcomed his dream of the future without thinking about any of the practical difficulties that it involved. But now it is gone. The dream destroyed.